All right, so here's one of the main hallways. If you came in from like the student parking lot, this is kind of where you would be. There's a bunch of classrooms here that you probably can't see. Nope, not in the video. Anyway, that's a classroom, that's a classroom. They're all classrooms. And they're very nice and modern and have power plugs and stuff. Let's see, this would be absolutely packed with students if it wasn't a pandemic. Let's see if we can see this one. Whoa. Nope, too dark. All right, well, you have to trust me that they're nice. So, down there, some lockers, student parking lot, and the big auditorium. Those elevators take you up to where most of the professor offices are. And this is normally bustling. All right, so the law school is basically a giant square. So we're at one corner. That's the way to admissions and stuff and career services. That's the way to the student center and food. Here's the library. It's very nice. Law school newspaper would normally be stacked up here if it wasn't on viral break. I'll come back to the library. So this video isn't too long. Okay. We got these like student lounges here that are nice, people can hang out in. On Fridays they put a table here with free cookies and coffee, which is pretty great. This is the free food table. So there's a ton of events, like a million effing events every day, and most of them are catered. And when they have extra food, they leave it here. So you'll see gaggles of people trying to eat it. It's probably a waste because it's dark, but let's see. One of the seminar rooms. Okay, you can kind of see. This is a small seminar room. I had like a high-level constitutional law class in here. It was really chill. It was like 16 people. Okay, one last try at a bigger classroom. Can we see? Oh yeah, there you go. All right, so this is a relatively big classroom. I have a couple classes in here that are now online, but you'll probably have a lot of your 1L classes somewhere like that. The 1L classes, so they put you in sections, 10 sections of 30, and you'll have one class with just your section of 30. See, going into the donut there. You'll have one class with just your section, and then the other 3 will be paired with different sections, so you'll have 60 people total, which I think is a pretty good size. Student lockers, there's mine over there. It's free, and you get it for all 3 years. Let's see. Oh, here we go. There's some student lounges. Someone a while ago asked me where I nap. That's one of the places I nap. They'll have like small events in here sometimes, like the Public Interest Association. They like get a bunch of donations of textbooks and supplements, and then they sell them for cheap and use the proceeds as a fundraiser for public interest stuff. More classrooms, more lounges. And we're coming up on the other corner of the square. There's like little benches you can sit on outside. There's this nice terrace that you can eat on or hang out in. Bunch of art on the walls for some reason. And then this is like another area that would be super packed during a normal day. There's like lockers and stuff. But these tables here, people will like study there or hang out and chat. But they'll often be reserved for like when the bar review companies or like Lexus, Westlaw, all sorts of groups will come and they'll like give away free food and like try to get you to sign up for their stuff, which is great because it's free for us anyway. And there'll also be like student groups doing fundraisers here, selling tickets for events. You can see the PILA auction is a big fundraiser we have for the public interest stuff in November, so they sell tickets at one of these tables. This is SCOCO, Scott Commons. It's like a big meeting space that people hang out in. They have every week they have an SBA social with like kegs of beer and cider and like free food, and they usually have it here or out here. Usually it's outside and it spills inside unless it's raining, and then they have it in here. Let's take a sneaky peek. All right, so this is a big gathering area for people. I think Zach showed you a picture of this. And there'll be people eating and stuff. There is like a nice little study lounge over here. That's usually, the doors are closed and it's very quiet if you want to get away from the hubbub to study. You notice like power plugs, trash cans, lights everywhere, like pretty much everything you need. This over here is, normally there's a very nice lady named Mandy serving up coffee and lattes and pastries here. And then this is the like student cafe thing. The food's pretty good. Selection is more limited than I'd like, especially with healthy items, but it's not bad. I've had much worse from campus food. Then here is like the main area where people just eat lunch and stuff. There's that patio I was talking about, another entrance to the cafe. And then in here you got 6 microwaves for heating up food. And then there's 2 big fridges that people store their lunch in. So a lot of times I'll come in, like leave my food here in the morning and then heat it up between classes at lunch. Oh my God, somebody's actually studying during a virus. What a gunner. All right. Student mailboxes, which people actually use more than you'd think because it's not so much for actual mail, but student orgs will, like, if you get a free hoodie, they'll put it in there. Or like you need a reimbursement for something, you leave the receipt in there for the treasurer or something. So it's surprisingly useful. All right, we're coming around the other corner now. More lockers, more lockers, more lockers. This is the copy center, which has professional like printing people who will print whatever the hell you want. If it's resumes and cover letters and stuff, they will print it for free on fancy pants paper to impress employers. You can also print textbooks in a lot of cases, or just whatever you want. They give you a certain amount of money in your like student account, and every semester, and you just print, and they'll like do fancy bindings and like lamination and whatever. So that's pretty cool. Here's the bookstore with all the cool UVA swag that you want. Get the sweet Hill Flint that I'm wearing. Yeah. Actual textbooks too, and like snacks and drinks. Some people have these little alcoves for their lockers, group study rooms. Yeah, buy a bookstore. Student orgs all have these like things. So Lambda, Apulsa, Balsa, Libel Show, rest in peace, got canceled because of the virus. These are like student organization offices. Pretty much all the student orgs have offices. Law Christian Fellowship, JOLSA, DEMS. Pretty much all the student orgs have offices, or they share an office with someone else, depending how active they are. Like BALSA, SBA, they're huge and really active, so they have their own offices. Like the Texas group, which I'm in, and the California group, they share an office, that sort of thing. I won't make this video any longer than it is, but if you go back there, there's even more student org offices, and this way are like faculty offices. But I'll show you this. This is Purcell. It's just like a big multi-purpose room. If you watch videos on the YouTube page of speakers, this is one of the 2 places where you'll usually see them. They'll like put out chairs and make this into a big big presentation room packed with people. You'll have some judge or whatever standing here, but they'll also, do like round table discussions of stuff, or like, who was it? One of the groups did like a game night, and they pulled down this screen here, and we were playing Smash Bros up there, so that's pretty cool. Here's like this Nice garden. If I were a real tour guide, I would know what it was and what the history was, the name. Got Thomas Jefferson creeping over there. What's up, TJ? That's admissions and career services, which we'll circle back to. This video is very long, so sorry for the people who are bearing with me. And thank you for sticking around. I probably should have done this in pieces and edited it together, but that would have been too smart. It took too much time. All right, so up here is Slaughter Hall, which someone, maybe it was Eamon, took a picture of when we were making jokes about Slaughter. Very dramatic name, not a very dramatic building. This is like the other main half of the square. You'll see these are all interview rooms. So during on-campus interviewing, there'll be big law firms in all these rooms and people in suits trying to get jobs. They also have like high-tech video conferencing, so you can do Skype interviews, like a big screen, and IT sets it all up for you. This is the main part of Slaughter. More lockers. Lockers everywhere. There's a bunch of classrooms here, usually smaller, like upper level classes. So I have class actions in here if it's not coronavirus. It's pretty cozy. There's like blackboards and projectors and stuff, pretty high tech. Power plugs at every seat. Let's see. More classrooms. You can see down to the courtyard. So the whole school, so you can see what it looks like. It's a square. So we started the tour over there. We're walking around here. Now I'm upstairs. If it's nice weather outside, there's like a bunch of people hanging out, studying, throwing footballs around, chatting, SBO socials, a bunch of people drinking beer and eating pizza. Okay, I want to show you the whole thing, but there's more, trust me, classrooms, journal offices will be back there. We got a couple courtrooms that are super legit. We do like moot court competitions there, but also certain like clinic classes, we'll use them to instruct people, that kind of thing. All right, there's more to this building, but it's a lot of the same, so I don't want to waste your time. See, this actually, here's one tour guide fact I do know. So this half of the building used to be the business school. It used to be that the law school was where we started, and the business school was on this side, and they weren't attached. And then the business school built a new building next door, so we bought this one and connected them into a square and renovated the whole thing. So that is why it's very unusual architecture. All right. So that's where we went up. We're back. This is student records, so if you ever want to figure out why your paperwork's like not the way you think it is, or get credit for some class, you go in there. I'm kidding, they're pretty good at getting their crap together. There's student affairs. It's got like the dean of students and counselors and stuff. They also, when it's not coronavirus, they have buckets and buckets of free snacks here. You see they have a sign explaining why there's no free snacks. But there's always a million people getting snacks in here. Nice little atrium. There's admissions. They let you guys in, so hooray for them. Career services up there, and the clerkship people. Spent a lot of time up there getting jobs. All right, almost done. Bathrooms and stuff. Portraits of former deans and professors and famous alums. More nice little cozy nooks, especially when the weather's nice. Here's that infamous Slaughter Hall sign. Slaughter Hall. All right, let's see. Old white guys in suits. Old white guys in suits. So this, some little study nooks. This is the main entrance if you come in the fancy part. See, there's that lawn that you always get the pictures of. So if you walk in from PAV or whatever, this is probably how you would enter, and you can go either direction. This here is Kaplan Pavilion. It's like another big multi-purpose event room. Right now it's empty, but very beautiful, very Monticello. This is the other big room where you will see videos of speakers. So like if you go on a YouTube page, you'll be like, oh, Robert Mueller was standing there. So they will put out, rows and rows of chairs for something like that. There's also a room where they will do networking receptions. If ASW is still happening, that like Supreme Court alums reception on the agenda would be in here with like wine and cheese. They get catering and like bartenders and stuff. They'll also, for like firm recruiting, they have DC Day, New York Day, that kind of thing. They'll have speed dating with law firms at tables where you go around, and then they'll take students out to dinners at fancy restaurants downtown, which is quite nice. The diversity receptions also are in here. So we are almost done, except for the library. This is, it's really weird to walk around with nobody here, because normally I can't get down this hallway without like 20 people saying hi to me. Okay, and one last shot of this is the least beautiful season outside. I sent that picture to the group me with all the beautiful flowers. It was taken from that table in the corner there. These are all like red and yellow and gorgeous. All right. So let's go to the library and disturb the two gunners who are still studying during an outbreak. All right. If this was a real tour, they would tell you about what all this history means, but I don't remember, and I don't want to take the time to read it on this video. This is like the main entrance to the library. It's pretty nice. Reference desk, or circulation desk. These guys are very helpful finding stuff. This is the reserve room. So I don't know why I'm whispering even though no one's here. Anyway, so this room has like printers and stuff to put your memos together, lost and found. Tons of DVDs that you can rent out, board games you can rent out. I know some people are asking about that. And there's also all these textbooks. So pretty much every textbook and supplement that you might need is here, at least one copy. And you can either read them in this room or you can check them out for 3 hours. So if you forget your book for the day or something, you can come in here and do that. There's a massage chair, which is super dope, but it's currently on quarantine because we don't want the coronavirus to get a massage. Printers, so when memos are due for 1Ls, you'll see people furiously printing. Hey. All right. This is the Legally Blonde shot, you'll see. This is called the Gunner Pit, because it's for gunners. Oh yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, it looks very nice. It's usually very quiet here. I am currently ruining the silence. What's up, dude?
Tell me you're doing a tour.
Hell yeah, I am.
That's awesome.
Say hi to all the admitted students from Reddit.
Hey, admitted students, how are you?
Dude, why are you gunning in the library during a pandemic?
Always be gunning.
Always be gunning. In the Gunner Pit. You're doing it right. Okay, come say after I do the video. All right. So, there's a bunch of like group study rooms here. There's nicer ones upstairs, but where's the light? It's supposed to be automatic. There we go. So, there's a bunch of these hidden around. There's a nicer one upstairs I'll show you that I like to use. Stacks on stacks on stacks, made backs on backs on backs. A bunch of like cubbies for people to study in. There's faculty offices back there. Damn, we're almost at 20 minutes. It's way longer than I thought. My wife's going to be wondering where the hell I am. See, look at that. That's a movie shot right there, if I ever saw one. Dun-dun. Honestly, I've never had to use any of these physical books down here, but it's nice to know they're there. All right, almost done. All right, so here's the main part of the library. Pretty big, pretty beautiful. They have like art and historical stuff here that I've never bothered with. There's a whole other half there that I won't spend the time going to, but it's the same stuff. This is the reference desk, so... Oh, there's somebody working there, look at that. Anyway, there's someone sitting here and then people in our offices who are like researchers, who all they do is help you research stuff, which is very useful. They'll like train you how to use everything. This is my lab. It's like the one place in the middle of the library where you can talk, because normally this is closed. They have 3 coffee machines running 24/7. They used to have 1, but there's so many students using it that it would break, so they added 2 more as backups. More printers, vending machines. Here's the library. I think it's very pretty. Normally there'd be a bunch of people studying here. There's a 3rd floor. I don't know what goes on there, so we're not gonna bother with it. And this actually, this video is already way too long, but this goes all the way back and all the way down there and all the way down there. And there's like classrooms, books, and like study cubbies. So the last thing that I want to show you, just for funsies, because we're here, got microfilms and stuff if you want to get real obscure with your research. These are journal offices. There's a bunch of other ones on the other side of the building, but so that's the law review, and this is the International Journal, where Christian and Paige and I are members of. So if you join a journal, then you can get an office like this, and it's nice to have your own private place for studying, couches to nap on, screens to study with. We do meetings over there, people to study, all of our own little stash of books, all the flags because we're international, obviously. We get free snacks, which is pretty dope. Law review somewhere, and then all the other journals have offices, but they're on the opposite side, and so they're like different shapes and sizes. All right. So thank you for staying this long if you did. It's a much longer tour than I expected to do. I hope it wasn't boring. Let's see, I'm gonna do, I will take another video showing you the parking lots so you can see how close they are and whether you want to spend extra for the parking pass. All right, thanks guys, and see you on the internet.